y'all doing today? Well, baby, if your name is Chris Brown, I said this last week. Chris Brown's career was over. A bunch of people jumped in my mentions. It was like, Tisa, let me tell you what really happened. And they told me that four men snuck into a meet and greet, which I assume had all women, and somehow were Chris's enemies, and they tried to put Chris and the mother of his child and his child in danger, and they just reacted like law-abiding people. And I said, baby, this is not an episode of Boondocks, and there's just too much information. Now, here's the thing, right? Chris and Yella Beezy were there. I want to shout out to Valerie Renee. Girl, thank you for sending me this. And also Sherry Couture. Thank you for sending me the info on the bodyguard that's actually turning on Chris. Y'all want to know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the fact that, let me tell y'all something. I'm at this point thinking that the music industry only lets very flawed people get ahead because they need this weird stuff going on. Because again, you can't tell me that the only people that got like can pop and lock it, excuse me, miss, can I get it? You can't tell me that the only people that can pop and lock it can drop a beat, can go, yeah, take that, take. You can't tell me that the only people that are able to do that on this earth are just out of their minds insane. And that's it, then maybe we need to listen and there won't be no more music to dance to, right? We need to get into some Christian rap, but I'm afraid what that's going to show. Anyway, why am I saying this? Because people on Chris's side were like, what? What are you talking about? We would never. Somebody got hurt. Oh my God. Are they okay? They literally hit us with the whack 100. Oh my gosh, right? Even Yellow Beezy, he was on tour with Chris Brown, put out a statement saying he released a statement through his attorney following the lawsuit accusing him and Chris Brown of attacking four men. They didn't just attack them. One of the men is still in the hospital. One person got his head kicked in for 10 minutes. This was a vicious attack. It wasn't just like a quick friendly fade. It was a bloody attack, right? They said, based on the information we know, the lawsuit that includes Marquise Conway or Marquise. That's his real name? Marquise. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Leave my dyslexia alone. Marquise, I would think. Conway or Yellow Beezy is frivolous and without merit. Yellow Beezy said he's not involved. So he's actually leaving Chris Brown out to dry. He's saying, my name is Bennett and you ain't in it. Chris Breezy, you could be fine going in and out. You could be fine being the most hated man in America. As for me, I'm fitting to turn up. He wants to finish his tour. Hold on, y'all. Let me fix my button. I hate when this happens, right? He was like, as for me, I'm fitting to turn up. Again, he said, based on the information that we know, the lawsuit that includes Marquise Conway, I think it's Marquise, it's Markies. That's either Marquise, and I doubt she named him Marquise, or Marquise, but a different way of spelling them. Marquise Conway or Yellow Beezy is frivolous and without merit. Yellow Beezy was not involved in any incident, did not have any contact with the plaintiffs, and does not understand why he is a named party in the lawsuit or the temporary restraining order that clearly was filed before all the facts were obtained and verified. We know that if a thorough investigation had been conducted, as is required before filing a lawsuit, it would be clear that Chris Yellow Beezy was not involved in the alleged altercation. We will ensure a proper investigation is completed. We will also hold accountable any person or entity that is wrongly attempting to involve, defame, or impact the life of Yellow Beezy. It is simply irresponsible to falsely accuse him or any other party for being involved in an incident when there is no evidence to support the accusations. Now, here's the thing, right? This is a brawl that happened in his Texas show. Yellow Beezy seems to be putting Chris out saying, listen, he is admitting in the statement, people got beat up. He's not saying it wasn't Chris Brown. He's not saying it wasn't security people. He's not saying it didn't happen exactly the way those foremen said. All he's saying is, my name is Bennett and I'm not in it. Now, here's the thing. I get why Yellow Beezy's attorney is barking, but there is something called like the thing speaks for itself. We do have it rest is ispa locator, rest ispa locator, I think it is. It's something we have in American law for situations like that. Let's just say we all in a room And y'all like squaring up on me like, yo, Tease, I ain't like what you said about Chris Brown and Yella Beezy. And y'all jump on me and tap me up. And I look like I like, Gollum from Lord of the Rings, like, passes. I look like y'all rolled on me, right? Now, just because it was fist of furies flying at me and I was ducked down trying to like protect myself, doesn't mean that y'all can't be like, well, you don't know who hit you. Because res ispa loquitur really says the thing speaks for itself. If it was only this many people in the room and all these people jumped on me, right? I don't have to sort out who it was. It was one of y'all. And it's up to the defendants to actually say who it was. So here's the thing. Yella Beezy can be like, it wasn't me, but you were in the room when it happened. So you have to say, if it wasn't you, who was it? Because somebody in this room did it. And we can try all y'all as one. Again, sometimes it doesn't work. Well, it always works because the whole point is if that's the case, every time there were people in the room and somebody got hurt, all you would have to say is, well, me. Who was it? Nanya. Who was it? Me? Who was it? I'm not saying. And then nobody can get charged because the person that was brutally attacked does not exactly know who it was. They just know who was in the room when they started getting jumped on. So I get the fact that Yellow Beezy is like, it's not me. And we gonna throw lawsuits out and how dare you? But under res ispa locator in torts, and I assume this is a tort because they got jumped on. Yeah, you're gonna have to say who it was. I'm just saying, you're gonna have to say who it was if it wasn't you. You can't hit the shaggy, it wasn't me. Anyway, right? Um, Glock Topics on Twitter, thank you, Sherry Couture, for sending me this, said Chris Brown. Also want to give a shout out to Marlene Ham for sending me some information about Drake and also a little bit of Chris Brown information. She said, well, anyway, Glock Topics said Chris Brown and Yella Beezy hit with a new 15 million lawsuit over Brawl at his Texas show by a security guard who says he was seriously injured trying to break it up. The guard backs up the story of the four men in another lawsuit, alleging Chris ordered his crew, including Yella Beezy, to F them up, and goes so far to describe the scene as a prison yard beatdown. He is suing for 15 million in damages, claiming the entourage left him with a cracked vertebrae in his neck and a severely injured hip. Again, I don't understand. And can y'all just make me understand? There is not a song somebody's made, a movie they've starred in, a book they've written, or a sermon they've preached, or a community they've helped enough to make me look the other way when they are doing sinister, disgusting, vile things, okay? Again, let's get into the security guard that basically ratted out. That's why Yellow Beezy, it wasn't me. I get it. And I know your defense attorney is charging you money to do all this posturing, but your defense attorney knows, like everyone else, if you don't claim who in the room did it and you were in the room to witness it, if you don't claim who did it, then all of you guys are equally accountable. Again, res ispa loquitur, the thing speaks for itself. It's a like Anyway, they said Chris Brown and Yella Beezy just got hit with another lawsuit, and this time from a security guard who claims he was horribly injured while breaking the brawl up that led to the first suit. In the docs filed Wednesday, obtained by TMZ, Frederick R. Overpeck says he was working as a security guard at the Dickies Arena in Fort Worth on July 20th, and more specifically, was instructed to work the backstage meet and greet where the alleged fight took out. This lets you know that these people bought VIP tickets for the meet and greet. We broke the story earlier this week. Four guys who say they were invited to Chris's VIP experience after the show let out a claim things got violent when the singers can't recognize them as former ops. Now, here's the thing. TMZ is all obviously saying the narrative from Chris Brown's lawyer side. They just said that they recognized them. These people, there's no proof they were former ops. This is TMZ saying this, and TMZ is getting that from Chris Brown's side. The lawyer suit backs up those four plaintiffs' version of events, alleging Chris ordered his crew, including Dallas-bred rap star Yella Beezy, to F them up, and goes so far as to describe the scene as a prison yard beatdown. He claims he witnessed a 300-pound henchman squash one of the guys like a bug, and says when he tried to step in, he was met with punches and kicks from Team Breezy. Over why did TMZ when they said punches and kicks, why did TMZ put can y'all see this? Put this picture up of Chris Brown. Can y'all see? Of Chris Brown, like, kicking. It's blurry, but Chris Brown was kicking. TMZ ain't right for that. Anyway, the security guard said he is a 58-year-old father with two jobs who didn't even know who Chris was, but claims the singer's goons left him with cracked vertebrae in his neck and a severely injured hip. He wants more than 15 million in damages. And baby, if even a sample of what he says is true, he deserves all that money. So let me get this straight. We got an independent security guard who was there that witnessed everything, that said everything like those guys said happened. He's injured with a broken vertebrae and a busted hip. He wants 15 million. The four men collectively want 50 million because some of them are still in the hospital. The other ones were stomped out, beat, concussions, all this stuff. Nobody except for Chris Brown is saying that didn't happen. There is no video footage from security or the meet and greet to back up anything Chris Brown is saying. These men are in the hospital. I believe if there was, Chris Brown would have showed it. And now Yella Beezy is trying to pull a Shaggy, talking about it wasn't me. But baby, everybody knows that it happened. So if it wasn't you, it sounds like that you're saying it's Chris Brown. But again, your lawyer is not advising you yet, because if you don't actually point out who did it, then y'all all did it together because it was a conspiracy. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. But I think this puts everything to rest. Yeah, Chris Brown, I don't know what he needs, but I thought listen, bye.